on, good people? It's your boy Mark, MetaGifts LLC, Simplified Astrology, and today I want to break down a transit that we're all going through. So let's get ahead of it before we get washed up under the wave and not know what's really going on. So, as of yesterday or the day before, the planet Venus moved her monkey ass into the sign of Aquarius. Same thing with the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter. We got an Aquarius stellium in the sky right now. So basically, we have a concentration of the Aquarius energy being filtered through many of the planets in our solar system right now. So let's break it down. We have Venus in the sign of Aquarius from now until the 25th, until it moves into Pisces. And then we change the way that we love and value and appreciate and relate to things. So Venus is the second closest planet to the sun. It's right after Mercury. Fun fact, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, even though it's not the closest. It has this greenhouse effect with the gases where it gets super, super, super hot. It's like over 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So very warm, very, very hot. It spins backwards on its axis and it goes around the sun very quickly. The Venus year is pretty short. So as a force, Venus represents attraction. It's a force of generation. This is love and this is value. So the things that we value bring us benefits, whether that is money, security, joy, peace. We call Venus the lesser benefic because it brings benefits in transit and in energy and influence. So there are planetary octaves as well. Venus is the lower octave of Neptune, Neptune being the greater benefic, imaginary, illuminating planet. So both as forces of generation, we see Neptune on a higher level being the creative and imaginative faculties of the mind. So the images that you make in the nation inside of your mental body, that's Neptune energy, the things that you can imagine and see. So as Venus, this is a lower octave. This is the feelings and the vibrations in the emotional realm. So Venus as a force of attraction is very important in synastry. This helps us understand who we are or are not compatible with in astrology. So real quick, if you want to do synastry with astrology and you don't know what your Venus sign is, I promise you're doing it wrong. So stop doing it. And if you want help, I can show you exactly how to do it. Click the link in the bio. So the fact that Venus has moved into the sign of Aquarius means that we are loving and appreciating and valuing in a fixed air energy, the sign of Aquarius. So if you want a deep video about Aquarius, go check out my last video about Aquarius in the sign of the water bearer, and I'll break it all the way down for you. But the point that's important to note is that we are all going to be relating and loving and appreciating in a way that helps us remain fixed and centered in our ideas, in the way that we individualize ourselves. So this point in time, for the next 20 days or so, you're going to see love in relationships in circumstances and situations where people are going to need their space. So if you just got ghosted, understand we do have an alignment that will reflect that, okay? So if you feel the need to ghost someone else, I recommend you don't do that, just because ghosting literally hurts both people involved. So clear, honest communication. You can tell people how you feel, whether you want freedom or space or whatever the case might be. So Aquarius is the most free sign of the zodiac. It is very strange. It's very weird. It resonates with the planet Uranus. And if you watch that other video, you know Uranus doesn't follow any rules or regulations. It's tilted sideways, it spins backwards, and it's objectively different from everybody else. And it doesn't want to be like anybody else. So you should look at your natal chart to understand how this transit will affect you. Specifically, you want to see which house you have Aquarius in. The houses are aspects of life, from birth all the way to death, and everything in between. So once you understand which house Aquarius is, you understand what filter or what area of life freedom and expansive and space-oriented relationships are going to fall into. So it's very important. And again, if you want to look at the synastry between yourself and others, you need to look at Venus, you need to look at Mars, you need to look at the sun, the moon, and you really need to look at the aspect the ascendant lines create. So if you learn anything about Venus, make sure that you click the link in the bio and get your copy of Simplified Astrology. We can break it down even further. I still have signed copies left, so make sure that you get yours. We're breaking astrology down all year, probably for the rest of my life, to be quite honest. So make sure you guys get your copy. Click the link in the bio, or I will see you guys in class, simplifiedastrology.com.